Friends, welcome to my workplace at Ranaghat, West Bengal, India. This is a cataract with grade 4 nuclear sclerosis. Let us observe this surgery. This is the main incision with a 2.8 mm steel keratome on the posterior aspect of the limbus. And now, a side port is being made on the right side of the main incision, 3 clock hours away. One more side port is being made on the left side of the main incision, same distance, that is about 3 clock hours away from the main wound. My plan in this case is to use bimanual irrigation aspiration devices for cortical cleanup. Since the cataract is wide, an air bubble is injected, and beneath this air bubble, trypan blue dye is applied over the anterior capsule so that capsulorhexis becomes easy. We get good contrast to do capsulorhexis. A bit of adrenaline has been injected. The dye is then washed out. And now, the anterior chamber is filled up with 2% hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose. The cataract is white, but it is not intumescent. So my plan in this case is to do rhexis at on-go. Make a puncture, go to periphery, raise the capsular tag, rotate the tag anti-clockwise all around, and get a circular rhexis of about 5.5 mm. Hydrodissection. Small amount of fluid is injected. The nucleus is tapped. We must be careful during hydrodissection. If we inject a lot of fluid, the posterior capsule may just snap, it may rupture, and the whole nucleus can drop. And now is the time to go into the anterior chamber. My plan is to do direct chop. Some superficial cortical lens matter is removed. Then the handpiece is turned to make the bevel up towards the cornea. And now the tip is buried into the substance of the nucleus. A very nice hold is done, and this is direct vertical chop. Rotate 180 degree, separate the two heminuclei, then each heminucleus is subdivided into 2 fragments. Emulsify this fragment and the other one too. We have to be careful in white cataracts. Usually there is no epinuclear shell covering the posterior capsule. So anytime if you just touch the PC with the handpiece, it can cause a rupture. The other heminucleus is turned and it is divided, and this is the last nuclear piece. At this time, I try to detach the epinuclear shell from the nucleus, and then with low vacuum and very carefully, slowly take the epinucleus out. And now I am going to use bimanual irrigation aspiration for cortical cleanup. You can see there is no cortex on the left side of this side port. So the aspiration will go through this side port and irrigation from the other. That is, irrigation will be from the right side port, aspiration from the left, and in a few seconds we can remove the cortex. See how quickly I have been able to remove the cortex. And now is the time to implant an intraocular lens. If it is not a multi-piece lens, if it is a single piece acrylic lens, hydroimplantation is the way. Just keep the antechamber formed through the left side port with the irrigating probe of BIMANUAL IA and inject the lens in the capsular bag. You save your time for visco cleanup, and there is no chance of IOP spike in the postoperative period. This is moxifloxacin, and now the side ports are closed by corneal stromal hydration. And this is a lavage. I wish to leave pure basis at the end of this surgery, but I have a feeling that there is some visco sticking to the corneal endothelium. So I have asked my assistant to give me the Simcoe cannula, and in the syringe there will be some BSS, and I will flush the BSS through the aspirating port towards the cornea. Here it goes, and see how nicely we can remove the visco from the corneal endothelium. We have to be gentle, not forceful injection, just gentle irrigation towards the corneal endothelium. And the antechamber can be nicely formed by the Simcoe cannula, and then integrity of the wounds are checked, few drops of moxie is applied over the cornea, and the case is concluded. Thank you very much for your attention. Hope this video will help you in developing your surgical skills. Be a great surgeon and serve your patients with love, respect, compassion, and great surgical competence.